The economy of India is one of the fastest-growing economies in the world and has experienced significant growth and development over the past few decades. With a population of over 1.3 billion people, India is the second most populous country in the world, and its economy is ranked as the sixth largest in the world by nominal GDP and the third largest by purchasing power parity. India has undergone significant economic reforms since the early 1990s, which have helped to liberalize the economy and encourage private investment. These reforms have included deregulation, privatization, and opening up of the economy to foreign investment, which have helped to spur growth in various sectors. One of the key drivers of the Indian economy has been the services sector, which includes industries such as IT, telecommunications, finance, and tourism. This sector contributes more than 50% of India's GDP and has been a major source of job creation in the country. The manufacturing sector, which includes industries such as textiles, automobiles, and pharmaceuticals, has also been growing rapidly and is currently the second largest contributor to India's GDP. Over the past 2 decades, India has made remarkable progress in reducing extreme poverty. Between 2011 and 2019, the country is estimated to have halved the share of the population living in extreme poverty, below $2.15 per person per day. In recent years, however, the pace of poverty reduction has slowed. Key welfare indicators have also been slow to improve. Recent estimates suggest that extreme poverty increased due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but moderated in 2021 to 22 as access to vaccines became widespread. Inequality in consumption has remained persistent, with a Gini index of around 35 over the past 2 decades. Child malnutrition has remained high, with 35.5% of children under the age of 5 years being stunted, with the figure rising to 67% for children in the 6-59 months age group. Headline employment indicators have improved since 2020, but concerns remain about the quality of jobs created and the real growth in wages. India's aspiration to achieve high-income status by 2047 will need to be realized through a growth process that delivers broad-based gains to the bottom half of the population. Growth-oriented reforms will need to be accompanied by an expansion in good jobs that keeps pace with the number of labor market entrants. At the same time, gaps in economic participation will need to be addressed, including by bringing more women into the workforce. India is now the world's 5th largest economy when measured by GDP in 2020. On the alternative measure of purchasing power parity, India ranks 3rd, after China and the United States. According to the International Monetary Fund, India is currently one of the fastest-growing economies in the world and is expected to outgrow other major economies in 25 years. An expectation underpinned by Prime Minister Modi's introduction of economic liberalization policies. In the half-century following independence, the economy was characterized by protectionist policies and extensive regulation. An economic crisis in 1991 ignited a process of economic liberalization, moving India towards a market-based economy. Economic growth began to take off in the late 1990s and averaged more than 7% through the first decade of this century. However, growth slowed from 2011 through to 2013, after which sentiment again picked up on the back of reforms introduced by then newly elected Prime Minister Modi, and inflation dropped to its lowest level in years. The economy rebounded strongly in 2014, but as government-owned banks faced mounting bad debt and cash shortages, growth was restrained in 2016. A decline in oil prices around the world has, among other factors, contributed to a remarkable reduction in India's current account deficit between 2013 and 2016. Nonetheless, with the Reserve Bank of India taking steps towards restoring balance of payments stability and reducing currency volatility, growth in 2018 and 2019 has been strong. Economic optimism around increasing exports and renewed growth in industrial production has positively impacted the IMF's prediction for India's GDP growth in 2021, which at 8%. In spite of these positive developments, India still faces a number of impediments to its economic progress, including poor infrastructure, low agricultural yields, and low productivity, as well as relatively low ease of doing business, which can dissuade foreign investors. Agriculture is still an important sector of the Indian economy, employing over half of the workforce. However, its contribution to GDP has been declining in recent years, as the country has shifted towards a more service-oriented economy. India has also emerged as a major player in the global economy, with a growing number of companies expanding overseas and investing in foreign markets. The country has a young and skilled workforce, and its large domestic market has made it an attractive destination for foreign investment. Despite the progress made in recent years, India still faces a number of challenges, including high levels of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. The country also faces significant infrastructure deficits, particularly in areas such as transportation and power supply. To address these challenges, the government has launched a number of initiatives, including the Make in India program, which aims to boost manufacturing in the country and create more job opportunities. The government has also launched the Digital India program, which aims to improve access to digital services and increase the use of technology in the economy. Overall, the economy of India has made significant strides in recent years, but there is still a long way to go in terms of achieving inclusive and sustainable growth. The country has enormous potential, and with the right policies and investments, it can continue to grow and prosper in the years to come. History of India's economy. India has a rich economic history dating back to ancient times. The country was once known as the Golden Bird, due to its thriving economy, which was largely based on agriculture, trade, and commerce. During the British colonial period, India's economy was transformed into an exporter of raw materials, such as cotton, jute, and tea, while also being a market for British manufactured goods. After gaining independence in 1947, India embarked on a path of economic development. The government introduced a series of policies aimed at promoting industrialization and self-sufficiency. However, due to various reasons, such as bureaucratic red tape and lack of private investment, the country's economic growth remained slow until the early 1990s. Since then, India has undergone significant economic liberalization and opened up its markets to foreign investment. The country has emerged as one of the fastest-growing economies in the world, with a focus on services such as IT and outsourcing and manufacturing. Competition with Pakistan and China-India faces competition with its neighboring countries, Pakistan and China, in various aspects of the economy. However, India has advantages over both countries in terms of its young and growing workforce, a stable political environment, and a strong services sector. Additionally, India's large domestic market and increasing consumption have attracted many foreign companies to invest in the country. India is the world's second most populous country, with over 1.3 billion people. Its population is diverse, with different languages, religions, and cultures. However, this diversity also presents challenges in terms of social and economic development. One of the significant challenges facing India is providing access to education and healthcare to its large population. The government has implemented various programs aimed at improving access to education and healthcare, but much work still needs to be done. Additionally, India's population growth rate has been slowing in recent years, but it still has a young population with a median age of 28 years. This presents both opportunities and challenges for the country, such as the need to provide employment opportunities to its growing workforce. In conclusion, India's economy has come a long way since its ancient history, and it has emerged as a significant player in the global economy. While facing competition from neighboring countries and challenges related to its large and diverse population, India has strengths in its young workforce, stable political environment, and strong services sector. As India continues to develop and grow, it will undoubtedly play an essential role in the global economy. We hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. We will meet you soon in a new video. Until then, stay happy and take care of yourself.